can honestly say I haven't checked this. Is this going to be hard or is it going to be gummy? I'm scared to check. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What went wrong? You know, I've never ever had that happen before. Now, some people were wondering, why was it that I did not take advantage of the fact that, you know, I could just put screws through here and screw right down into this? Well, the reason I didn't, and in fact the main reason I didn't, is because when you put a screw in like this, the head is going to be proud of this. And my plan was that this surface here would be pressed tightly against the back of the back. And I would just cut a hole in the back so that the sound would get out. And the reason I wanted it tight against it is so that there could be no vibration. If this, you know, and I think I mentioned yesterday about a buzzing. Anyway, that's why I did not do this the way I should have done it. So what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to lower this and maybe have sort of like a little gasket that'll cut. Let me get this out of the way. Cut a little gasket and put it around, and then anyway, look at that. This is just so sad. Now I wonder what kind of solvent now can I use to clean that up. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Now you can see the glue that I mixed up the other day. It seems to be pretty good. That's pretty well normal. But this glue here is from a different tube. The one I used yesterday that gave us our big mess. It was a brand new one. I had just opened it up. I'm going to mix up another batch out of that tube and just see what happens. Give it about an hour to set. In about an hour, it won't be this hard, but it should be hard enough that it won't smear. Now this problem could very well have been my own fault here. You will notice that this one here is full and this one here is not. And I did notice yesterday when I was squeezing it out, I thought it did seem to be coming out more one side than the other, and then I thought it had caught up. And I thought, oh, it's equaled itself out, but apparently it didn't. At least I think that's the problem. Now, I don't think I've ever had a set like that where it was so incredibly uneven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over and wait until the bubble, comes to the top, and then I will squeeze it out. Yeah, I should have done that yesterday. Okay, let's do a little test here. I know we're wasting this, but okay, that's generally about as well as I always mix it. And I did it about that well yesterday as well. Now I am noticing that I can easily take the back off of this speaker. It's little screws here, but I'm thinking that it'd be a lot easier to hold on to if I left it on. So let's just see if ordinary solvent will dissolve that. I would use acetone, except that I'm afraid that the acetone might dissolve the plastic. I know it will dissolve plumbing pipe plastic. You know what? I think this is working. Okay. Well, this is just ordinary paint thinner solvent. Nothing special about it. I think that's I think it's working. Might have to do a little scraping here. No, I got to admit, this is not coming off quite as fast as I thought it would. But it does seem to be coming off. The solvent doesn't really dissolve it. It kind of does. I think maybe what's happening is the solvent is preventing it from re-sticking back onto the plastic. Hope I'm not getting any solvent down inside in the speaker. I don't think so. I didn't put it on that heavy. Anyway, we'll get it. I figure about another 10 minutes here. I think it's almost as good as it can get here, but at least it doesn't feel sticky anywhere. I can just hear the conversation at Craft Time Clockery in Ontario if they're watching this series, which they probably aren't because they're too busy. But if they are, they're saying, don't sell any more of our clock movements to that crazy Ron in Winnipeg. Yeah, okay, I think that's pretty good. All right. Now, I didn't time it, but I'm guessing about half an hour has passed here. This should be, I should be able to drag this stick across there and not have it dig in. Okay, well that's good news. At least I don't have to throw out that glue applicator. After all, it cost $1 at the dollar store. Okay, now we'll carry on. So about, I guess maybe it's an hour ago now, when I was down here cleaning the back of this little speaker, I hear the mailman rattle my mailbox. Now, if I could see my mailbox, it would be right up there, probably only about 15 feet from me. So when he rattles the mailbox, I can hear it down here in the basement. So I think, okay, I got to remember to check my mail now when I go upstairs. Well, by the way, in case you're wondering, what I do is I shoot a little bit of video, then I run up to the computer and I edit it out. And then I'll come down, I'll shoot a little bit more, and I'll go upstairs and edit it out. This goes on maybe 4 or 5 times during the day. Those of you who happen to notice on my watch, you might notice that for some reason or another a whole hour or 2 has passed in between scenes. Well, that's why. I'll go upstairs and have a sip of coffee and, take it easy. Anyway, check my mailbox when I go up, and here's a letter in it from Lee Valley. At first I thought it was some sort of advertising, and I'm thinking, well, I am on their mailing list. So I open the letter and the envelope, and here it looks like a bill, and I thought, oh my goodness, somebody's charged something to me. And then I look further, and there's like a little birthday card in it. And it says, happy birthday. And I think, well, that's funny. I don't remember letting Lee Valley know when my birthday was. And then I read further. It turns out it's from one of you viewers. It was from Jim in Tennessee. And he sent me a little gift card. Thank you, Jim. Now, this is the second thank you. I did phone him right away to thank him, but yeah, that was really nice. Now, that being said, I'm not trying to say, hey, you guys, send me gift cards. I'm doing this just for fun. I'm not doing this for the money. You may have noticed that I don't even allow advertising in my videos. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the fun. Once you get into something like this for the money, well, the fun goes out the door. At least that's the way I look at it. It's all for fun. The videoing, the woodworking, I'll keep at it as long as it's fun. Anyway, thought I'd just throw that in. Okay, this hole here in the back cover matches this hole right here. And this one here matches this one. So if I want to find where to make the hole in this, I should just measure down. And then, anyway, you get the idea. Okay, try and find the center between those two holes, I guess. Seven and 3/4 of an inch to the center. As I've said before, this is not rocket science. Okay. Seven and 3/4. And I've got this dead center here, and I know that when I put this cover on, it pretty well is flush with the sides. So we'll just go from the edge there. It is almost exactly 8 inches, because this case is 16 inches wide. And on that line, if I was to drill a little hole there, it should come right there. And that's kind of what I'm going to do. Only the hole will be a little bit bigger than this. Okay, stick a little bit of sandpaper to that rough edge and yeah, check it out. Well, that's pretty good. Not dead center, it's out maybe a 64th of an inch. I'll just line these holes up here. It's out maybe a 16th of an inch. Well, it could be worse. Okay, now the access hole to get the batteries in and also to hook the pendulum on. So I think I'll probably have the access hole the same height as the top of the movement and maybe half an inch wider and maybe an inch longer than the end here. That should be lots. I think what I'll do is I'll drill out, make these corners kind of rounded, so I'll just drill out holes like a 3/4 inch, or maybe not that big, but that way the corner will be nice and rounded. Mind you, it doesn't matter, it's at the back, no one's going to see it anyway.